Coming up on Cavalier Connection, we'll tell you about a scam targeting Darton students. Also ahead, we'll introduce you to a theater major who won 2 prestigious awards. Later, we will take you to the big read.
That and much more ahead as Cavalier Connection begins now. Built by students, for students. From Darton Student Television, this is Cavalier Connection. Hello everyone and welcome into Cavalier Connection. I'm JT Fellows.
And I'm Ariel Mallory. Thanks for joining us. Con artists have created a new scam. This time, Darton students are the ones who are being targeted. Our JT Fellows fills us in on our latest scam.
An email scam is targeting Darton students through their MyDC account. Tracy Cosper, Darton's Chief Technology Officer, explains the details of this scam.
Someone sends you an email, saying, can you help me cash this check? I've won some money, or I have a inheritance or something like that. And what they want you to do is go out and cash the check, and you can keep a portion of it and send the rest back to them. But in all cases, that check is a forgery. If
you do cash one of the forged checks, you could be responsible for the amount on the check.
In a rare case, that check may get cashed. If it is later determined to be a forgery, which we know in most cases it's going to be one, if you don't know who it is that has given you that check, then you shouldn't be trying to cash it.
Now, if you receive one of these spam emails, you need to contact the Technology Division, call Darton Police, and erase it from your inbox and do not respond. Darton Police has confirmed that at least one student has received one of these spam emails, but they will not release the identity of the student. Darton State's Technology Department has deployed new software to combat the issue. For Cavalier Connection, this is JT Fellows reporting. Have you ever used an elevator at Darton and wondered if the inspection was up to date? Reporter Kyler Shiver investigated the issue and has the story.
In February, a female student was trapped inside of the I building elevator. Campus police officer Jack Addison responded to the incident.
The lady was headed to her class, so she got in the elevator and it got to the second floor, but it never would open an I building.
While talking to Officer Addison, I asked if getting stuck is common here at Darton, and he said it's more common than you think. So I went to Plant Operations Director Steve Harris and asked him how Darton elevators work and if they are safe.
We have no elevators out here on Darton campus whatsoever that that are cable driven. They're all hydraulically done with hydraulic pumps and cylinders underneath the floor of them. Therefore, they're probably about the safest elevators you can put under you. Terminology of an elevator falling here at Darton, that's not going to happen due to the fact it is hydraulically operated.
Mr. Harris also says the elevators are inspected annually by Albany Elevator Company, and if plant operations can't fix it, Albany Elevator does.
If it's small problems, we take care of it in-house, but 90% of it is done by Albany Elevator Company. They're licensed and insured and bonded.
When students get on an elevator, the inspection certificate is visible and has an inspection date on it. The one in the I building is 2 years past its inspection date, but Mr. Harris says these certificates are misleading because the state doesn't do annual inspections.
The tag in the elevator really is not relevant due to the fact that Albany Elevator does the servicing on them. If you look at the tag inside of the elevator, that means that a state inspector has actually come up and looked at the elevator and making sure that we're staying on target. They can come in and come back within a year. They can come back within 3 years. They can come back. I have seen them as late as 3.5 years without even seeing anybody.
So what should a student do if he or she gets trapped inside of a Darton elevator? Officer Addison says stay calm and call for help.
It should either pick up the phone in the elevator, or either there's a little symbol with the phone on it. You can hit that button. It automatically calls 911. Let them know you're stuck in the elevator. Let them know where you're at, and they notify the Darton Police Department, and we respond and try our best to get them out.
Officer Addison says getting students out is quick and simple.
We stick this in the elevator door. It's got a hole in the top of the door. You stick it in and twist it, and it opens the elevator door up.
Steve Harris and Officer Addison both agree Darton elevators are safe and feel students should not have any concerns when riding on a Darton elevator.
Be assured our elevators are safe.
For Cavalier Connection, this is Carly Shiver reporting.
Snow days rarely occur in South Georgia, but Darton students occasionally get the chance for a snow day. Our own Ariel Mallory talks to school officials to see who determines when Darton closes for inclement weather.
In late January, Darton students got the chance to experience a very rare snow day when the campus was closed down due to harsh weather conditions. Although students' first priority was having an extra day off, Darton administrators were more concerned with the safety of the students.
The safety of our students, faculty, and staff is of utmost importance when we make any decision to close down the campus. So that is truly our main focus when we are analyzing the data to make the decision to close in the campus.
Campus alerts are posted via the Darton website and sent out through social media outlets provided by the Dean of Institutional Advancement and Public Relations, Tracy Gould. Dr. Paul Jones, interim president of Darton, ultimately makes the final decision to close down the campus. But before he does, he gets a lot of input from his advisors.
The president has an advisory board of cabinet members that come together and people who are experts in their related fields throughout the whole campus. And the information is presented to the president, and he makes the final call on whether to close or remain open during a weather situation.
Even when the campus is not being closed, students are asked to use their own discretion of whether or not to travel onto the campus.
The most recent case is this past week there was a lot of flooding and I decided not to come to Darton. I just emailed my teachers and let them know that I wasn't going to be coming. The conditions just weren't good enough to drive as far as I needed to.
Last semester, Darton had over 3,900 students living off campus. Of those students, 42% lived outside of the Lee-Doherty County area. So a large percentage of Darton students had to travel onto the campus almost every day.
Last week, I was concerned as to how I was going to get my books in class. I could have done the umbrella, but it was a lot of sideways rain. It was coming down really heavy. And then the fact that I have to drive so far and driving about 70 miles an hour on slick roads isn't that safe.
Students who want to stay informed about emergency situations happening on campus can update their MyDC accounts to be sent critical and informative messages from the DUCC system. Log on to your MyDC account, and on the lower left corner, you'll see Darton links. Select My DUCC Preferences. Once under the website, you can review current address and phone information and make any changes necessary and save.
Darton State utilizes the Darton Emergency Management System, which utilizes recorded telephone messages that we send out, text messages, emails. Of course, we make use of social media pages, and of course, we notify the media as soon as we can. We write a press release and send to all of our local media outlets and the media outlets within the counties that surround Albany, Georgia, and our Cordele campus. And we just make sure that the word is spread as widely as possible because we want clear communication through a time of crisis or a weather situation.
If you have any questions about updating your MyDC account, you can contact the Technology Services Division Help Desk at 229-317-6704. For Cavalier Connection, this is Ariel Mallory reporting. In early February, there was a shooting at College Park Apartments, which houses a large amount of Darton students. Since then, Darton Police has increased its patrols, passed out flyers to raise awareness, and they even held a forum answering questions that students may have. Brianna McClain finds out what Darton is doing to help keep students safe.
Some local dudes came in to try to rob us. And, they just arrived trying to make us get on the ground. And one dude had ended up going to the hospital afterward. That happened.
In February, an attempted robbery in College Park Apartments led to a shooting. With dozens of Darton students living in the complex, the incident raised concern about student safety. Even though Darton is not affiliated with College Park Apartments, student safety off campus is still a big concern for Dr. Barnett, the Vice President of Student Affairs.
We have a vested interest in all of our students, whether they are students that are living on campus, whether they are local students commuting, or whether they're online students. We were very concerned when we heard about the shooting over there, and we're still working with the local police and getting information and trying to find out all the details and who all was involved. We do know that the students that were involved at this point are all okay physically, and that was the most important thing.
Though Darton is making an effort to keep their off-campus students safe by having Darton police patrol College Park and Meadowlark apartments, some students are still upset at the lack of safety.
Recently, our apartment has been broken into. We went home for Christmas break. We locked both doors, back door and front door, the bolt locks, but they somehow managed to still get in and they stole our TVs. I feel that Darton should be responsible for our safety just for the simple fact that they recommend these apartments for us, so why not have security patrol out here every now and then?
I feel like if they have patrols rolling around the dorms, then they should do the same for us. Like, we should have the same level of safety off campus as the students do who live on campus.
Darton police are only scheduled to patrol in areas that are in close enough proximity to the campus, which leave apartments like Westwood, Greenbrier, Westover Gardens, and many more unattended.
As far as the procedures here for campus police, of course, we are authorized under state law to patrol out 500 yards from the campus boundaries. We have areas of concern there, and so we wanted to increase the visibility of not only Darton Police, but also we're working in conjunction with the Albany Police Department to increase patrols there, so there are no further incidents.
Ultimately, it is the students' responsibility to stay safe off campus, and how they choose to do it is up to them.
I just surround myself around good people, people I know I can trust. You know, I watch who comes in and out of my house, or I don't let certain people in my house.
This is Brianne McLean reporting from Darton State College.
There's still more to come. After the break, Andrew Ragsdale tells us what the Big Read is. And later on, Nikki Pope will tell you about the Darton Talent Show.
Don't forget, you can stay connected with us by liking our Facebook page and subscribing to our YouTube channel. Stay with us, we'll have more for you after the break.
Attention all Darton students, Campus Life presents a fun-filled day of activities for you and your friends. And it all goes down Wednesday, April 16th for Darton State College's annual Spring Beach Party.
It's amazing to see, the students come together,
That's right. Come join the fun Wednesday, April 16th. There'll be plenty of rides, live music, snacks, food, and more. It's Darton State College's annual Spring Beach Party. Brought to you by Campus Life. Be there.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 70 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
Darton, Albany State, and Albany Tech have gotten together to have the Big Read, an event that focuses on getting students interested in reading. Andrew Ragsdale has the story.
The Big Read is a month-long series of events dedicated to getting students more interested in reading. Students and faculty from Darton, Albany State, and Albany Tech join forces to read Their Eyes Were Watching God for the Big Read.
The Big Read is actually an initiative sponsored through the National Endowment for the Arts. And its aim is to encourage people to read and to enhance literacy. It was initiated in 2006 in response to a nation at risk, which suggests that people are not reading nearly as much as they used to. And in an effort to try to help with that, the National Endowment for the Arts launched a project in 2006 that actually was a community read, and they invited communities to participate. Each year, communities are encouraged to write grants to sponsor the initiative, and this is the second time that the Big Read has been activated and initiated here in Albany.
The month-long series of events included a video discussion of the book, a panel discussion, and an open book discussion.
I definitely feel like this is something that more of my classmates and more of the people in our generation should be doing. And they should be attending more events like this because it helps you really evaluate everything that's going on in today's society because of the connections that they make between the literature and the movie and then today's society, such as the connection of the mayor's wife to Michelle and Barack Obama. So that was very interesting, and I feel like more of my classmates should do that as well.
It's very helpful because in a time like today, we take works created by other African Americans lightly, and we feel that they don't connect to today's generation. But after hearing a few of the instructors on the panel, they made pretty good connections to our current day situation, and it was very enlightening. And for me, I would have never thought that far to connect it to today, but it really was insightful and very helpful.
Like I said, it's the connections that they make from the book and the movie to today's society is really important, and to see how privileged we are today versus in that society is very important.
The Big Read wasn't only for English majors. This series of events has also helped other majors, such as journalism.
Even though I'm a music ed major, I do dabble in filmmaking. So being able to get a perspective on how the acting and how the book portrayed in the movie was a good experience for me and as well for my friends. So, you know, when we start doing renditions of books for projects and stuff, we know what to do and what not to do as far as to connect the reading and the literature together.
If you missed the event, you can either borrow their Eyes Watching Guide from your local library, or you can buy it from Amazon.com or Half.com. For Cavalier Connection, this is Andrew Rexville.
Darton Assistant Professor of Music, Dr. Matthew Cochran, has released his first debut album. Cochran's album is titled Vapor Trail from a Paper Plane. Cochran explains what type of music is on his album and what his plans are for the future.
The 2014 calendar year, I have about 75 shows or so booked, and a few are in Georgia, but the closest I believe to here would be Atlanta. So I'm mixing solo performances where it's just me and a guitar singing and playing, and then I have a string quartet that'll play with me from time to time.
Cochran also tells Cavalier Connection that he will be leaving Darton in the summer of 2014. He will be going out on a nationwide tour for his album. Cochran has been at Darton State since 2009. For more information on his debut album, visit MatthewCochranGuitar.com. You can also download the album on iTunes or Amazon.
A Darton Technical Theater major wins 2 national awards for her work in Darton's production of The 39 Steps. J.T. Fellows introduces us to Jessie Robinson.
Darton Technical Theater major Jessie Robinson has won 2 national awards at the Kennedy Center American College Theater Festival for her work in sound design for The 39 Steps. Robinson explains how she did her work and what a sound designer actually does.
I have been a technical theater major since fall of 2013, so this is only my second semester doing sound design. That was my very first time doing sound design. I've been involved with theater for about 6 years, and I've always been interested in sound. Sound design can actually mean several different things. It can mean placing monitors or hooking up mics, or it also could mean composing music, different things like that. What I did was compiled all of the music for the show.
Darton theater instructor Deborah Liss Green says this was a rarity for someone to win an award like this.
This is the second time a Darton student has won a national award for their first time designing. Yeah, and that's a really big accomplishment. To get that kind of recognition when it's your first time out is really pretty amazing.
Robinson was 1 out of 6 people chosen for a very special scholarship.
More significant was her receiving a fellowship to the Stagecraft Institute of Las Vegas, which is a very prestigious training program. This year there were 6 people from across the 10-state region, about 175 entries. There were 6 people that the judges felt these were students that were doing exceptional work and showed exceptional promise.
For her future plans, Robinson is planning to go to Armstrong Atlantic State University in Savannah to continue her technical degree and specialize in sound. At Darton State College, J.T. Fellows, Cavalier Connection. We have to take a commercial break, but when we come back, we will take you to the Darton Talent Show. Stay with us.
Campus campus life is at it again. And it all goes down March 27th. March Madness in the Student Center, in the gaming area. March 27th. That's right. Tired of being bored in the room? Well, campus life is bringing all the fun to you. In the Student Center, in the gaming area. For March Madness. March Madness. March Madness. So come on out and enjoy the fun for March Madness on March 27th at the Student Center. Come mingle with friends, enjoy good food, and enjoy great games. That's Midnight Madness, the March Madness edition on March 27th in the Student Center, the gaming area. Be there.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all living united to ensure the academic success of millions of kids in our communities all the way to graduation day. But that won't happen without you. So take the pledge at unitedway.org. Make a difference in the life of a child. Suit up like your favorite NFL players and become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor with United Way.
Thanks for staying with us here on Cavalier Connection. From singing, juggling, and anything in between, students had the chance to show off their abilities. Nikki Pope takes us to the Darton Talent Show.
Students showed off their talent at the Showtime at the Darton Theater Talent Show. The event was just like the Apollo. It had a tap dancer sweeping bad acts off the stage, and for the audience, it was a unique performance.
I love the atmosphere in the crowd. I love the way they reacted when we was on the stage, and I just like all the people that was competing. We was back here singing together. We had fun, and it was a really good learning experience.
The grand prize winner received $350. Brandon O'Neill was the grand prize winner and received $350 for his singing act of the John Legend song, All of Me.
Experience from the talent show was pretty good. I won $350. Can't be upset with that. I guess a little exposure here and there. Doing this whole performance thing for my whole life, basically. And going out there was just pretty simple for me because this is my comfort zone.
Even if they did not win the $350, other participants still had a good time.
I chose to be in the talent show because I knew that I am very talented, and I knew that I can make people laugh, so I did what I had to do. It really wasn't much. Me and my partner had like 3 practices before the talent show, and that's really it. It took 1 day to make the talent show, the skit for the talent show. It could have been more work put into it.
For students that missed this talent show, it is another talent show around the corner, Darton Star, March 20th. This is Nikki Pope reporting.
Darton students had the chance to attend the graduation fair. Jake Stephen reports on what went on during this event.
Upcoming Darton graduates attended the graduation fair on February 5th at the Darton bookstore. Courtney Jones, a Darton representative in the Register office, tells us what these graduates did at this event.
They can order their invitations, announcements, enter a chance to win door prizes, also get involved with the alumni development.
While students can order graduation supplies, they can also talk to their representatives about their plans for the future.
But we talk about their plans and how they've liked Darton, how they would like to see Darton improve in areas, and just to kind of just chat with them on a different level than schoolwork, etc. Just making sure that everything is good for them and they're excited about graduation.
The graduation fair is held twice a year, once for spring and summer graduates and once for fall graduates. The application deadline for May graduates is March 15th. For Cavalier Connections, this is Jake Stevens reporting.
Everyone looks forward to spring break, but Darton students all have different plans. Nikki Pope tells us more.
Every spring, students look forward to that week-long vacation called spring break.
Is having fun with friends and family and just having a blast. My plans for spring break include hanging out with friends and just balling out. That's it.
Spring break is a time where you have fun a little and you give yourself some time to relax.
Time of fun, you know, not stressful, relieving, no school, you know, you just having all the stress gone, having a good time with your friends and doing what you do with good people.
Spring break is usually a time for students to have fun with their friends, but different students have different plans.
Partying, having fun, turning up, a week from school.
I don't really have plans right now, but maybe something will come up. But I don't know.
Well, spring break is a vacation to some students. It is also a week-long break to get more hours in at work.
To me, spring break mean time to spend with my family and kids.
This is Nikki Pope reporting.
Kiana Anderson is the new interim director of student housing. Carly Shiver introduces us to her.
Darton has a new interim director of housing and student affairs. Kiana Anderson became the new interim director after Clayton Watkins resigned in February. Currently, she is overseeing both dorms. She says although there isn't another director living at Darton Commons, students really shouldn't notice a difference.
The job is ongoing, so we're there, all the time, whether it's over here or over there, and just making our presence known that although there's not an adult that's living there or there all the time, that we're still watching you.
With the new staff, there are bound to be changes. Kiana embraces that and is trying to make the dorms a more interesting place for students to live.
With the motivational quotes, I have my RAs. They find quotes for me, or we'll have quotes and we'll go back and forth each day. But I try to put those up there because it's amazing how some students will pass by and they'll read those and they'll see those and they'll tell you that it really helped me throughout my day, or I really appreciate those motivational quotes.
Kiana would love to have new students living in the dorms and is trying to make changes that will attract more students.
One of the things that I like to do is to bring more programming into the dorms, that we get the students, a little bit more active with a lot of educational programs and social programs, a little bit of learning communities. Wanted to try to bring some peer tutoring into the dorms so that students can have that opportunity for tutoring. But definitely want to bring a little bit more activities and stuff so that the students can, they're always saying that it's nothing to do, and we have suggestion boxes outside of both offices that we take suggestions all the time from students on what it is that they want. We want to hear from them and what they want, and try to provide, the best way that we can.
Although being in charge of both dorms is a lot of work, Ms. Anderson says that it's worth it.
It's definitely a fun job. I definitely love what I do and definitely love working with the students.
If you would like to apply for campus housing, you can go to housing.darton.edu for more information. For Cavalier Connection, this is Carly Shiver reporting.
And that's going to wrap things up for this March edition of Cavalier Connection.
You can stay connected with us by liking our Facebook page. That's www.facebook.com/Cavalier Connection.
To watch all of our YouTube videos, head over to our YouTube channel. That's www.youtube.com/Darton Student Media.
I'm Ariel Mallory.
And I'm JT Fellows. For all of us here at Darton Student Television, thanks for watching Cavalier Connection. We leave you now with a sneak peek of Dr. Matthew Cochran's debut album. This song is called Roadside Attraction. Goodbye, everyone.
When the whole thing blew sky high, it was only felt by you and I. A couple of kids in the back of a car. A couple of kids at a roadside attraction. Roadside attraction. I pulled over, you climbed in. You never asked me where I'd been or how I got there. You just said, take me to a county fair, Idaho, with snow cones and a Ferris wheel. So we drove all night from Yellowstone to a county fair in Idaho. of hair behind your ear. I must have done a dozen times that year. Before the streets were me, before the Thorazine, before you wretch, I fetched the basin and tried to get you